It's game time. Welcome to That Damn Water Level, the podcast where gaming isn't just a hobby, it's a community. From the latest gaming news and industry shakeups to nostalgic trips through the greatest eras of gaming, we're diving head first into the conversations that matter. Whether you're a developer, a streamer, a competitive grinder, or just someone who loves kicking back with a controller after a long day, you found your people. So grab your favorite snack, cue up another match, and settle in for a conversation that's funny, honest, and all about the games we love. This is That Damn Water Level.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of That Damn Water Level. For those who do not know, and I'll repeat this will be the last time I repeat this, okay? So, for everybody watching, make sure repeating this. This was Afro in the Know at one point, and we made some adjustments. The show is now called That Damn Water Level, and I think it's all better for it. But today we are talking, and forgive me for being a little bit more quiet. The last thing I need is for my kid to wake up. Let's be honest, parenthood can be an absolute bear. Being parenthood while also being a gamer, I'm finding out in real time, is another challenge on itself. But today I have motivational gamer. I'm not gonna lie. Motivational gamer all the way from the TikTok land, but I don't like doing introductions, so I give the floor immediately out to you.
Hey everyone, my name is Chris. Used to be a streamer back in the day. I work a lot. I'm a pretty busy dude. I work like 2 jobs plus doing this whole side content thing about trying to get people to see that, as gamers, that we can level up in life, live life like an RPG, like one quest at a time. And that idea and slogan kind of just stuck with me throughout my time. I've been a gamer since I was like a wee kid, starting from the old Game Boy days with the brick Game Boy with the 4 batteries, the ones that are almost indestructible. Almost indestructible. Lasted much longer than the Game Boy Color, that kind of thing.
Saying Nintendo, I've always said Nintendo does not make consoles, they make weapons.
Oh yeah. For sure.
They knew the damage that the Wii was going to go through, and the GameCube is a brick. I don't care what everybody says.
Oh yeah, it's basically a brick. Yes, you could literally. It has a handle on everything. Yeah. You could probably if someone breaks into your house, you could probably take it and literally I got a weapon right here. Got to be a Mario Cube, basically.
One of Nintendo's biggest blunders was not making the GameCube an item that you can throw in Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, that would have been interesting as one of the items. Yeah,
it doesn't need to be anything else. That's all it needs to be. Just grab, just chuck it constantly. I would watch it. I'd play it. I play Smash Bros. I like to play Smash Bros. Semi-competitively. I don't typically play with items. However, GameCube would be my one item.
That would have been hilarious. It would be like a drop rate of 0.1%. Let's have that tiny drop rate. Oh, you got it. It's an instant kill item. Just throw it at
It's you remember when Princess Peach would pull the turnips out of the ground, and every once in a while
yes.
pull up a bomb, and you're like, whoa.
Hold up. Where did that come from?
Dude, I need that. I need Princess Peach just to just pull a fucking AK and just be just when she's just done.
Yeah.
But no, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you're here, Chris. And because I've seen a lot of your videos up, and I found it was just really awesome in a way that you are able to merge video game talk and video game lingo with just genuinely motivating people. And when did you start doing that? Was it just kind of a spur of the moment kind of thing? Was it something more serious? What was it?
Yeah, so good question. I actually started more recently. I'm almost about to hit 100 videos right now that I posted on this content stuff. I recently started, like, maybe in the beginning of the year, just was thinking of concept because, like, again, before I was a streamer, I used to go by the tag Yami Rayman, just because of cool gaming content. It's also like a play on words. So it's like Yami, darkness, rise, light, and men. So light and darkness, and darkness and light of men. But there's also a play on words where it's like, oh, it's yummy ramen. Like I love, I love food. So that's just kind of like after like sunsetting that last year, because I was thinking like, man, like as much as I love gaming, I really don't have the time, and like I felt kind of lost back in that around that time, and I'm starting to realize like after a lot of contemplating, like what is the one thing like I know that I'm good at? Like I grew up with video games. I know video game terminology, like, and it's just a lot easier to understand things through gaming. So just recently, I'm just like, hey, so why not I just put those ideas into a video? Maybe because I think a lot of the gamers, whether you're old or new, they can understand the concepts a lot better about leveling yourself up, like one quest at a time, versus trying to hear all these other big concept ideas like all the whole mental health, excuse me, mental health space, and just hearing all these things that like tailor to a behavior, why it's happening that way. And maybe sometimes we're just gamers. Maybe we just realize, oh, like the reason why this is happening is because like I was debuffed because I started the day wrong, or it could be like one of those things where like maybe my stat sheet is not meant for this particular thing, but doesn't mean like I have to sunset it or anything. It could be like I could level it up, but it has to be like one thing at a time, right? Like you can't just rush everything. And so that's where the video ideas came along, and I've been trying to do that consistently for the past 100 videos, and that's kind of where we're at right now. Like I think a lot of people are starting to see that, and then are very thankful. And I'm thankful that I'm able to actually show some type of perspective that people understand.
No, that's very, very true. And I think when it comes to especially when it comes to gamers, like gamers are already they can be pretty one-track minded. So it's I like that, the one quest at a time, because it is true. Like if you've ever tried to play especially any kind of open world game, which does feel a lot like life. Life is very much an open world game where every quest is locked behind a paywall. But like
yeah, but, I mean, you still got the academy things going on,
yeah,
but,
and so I think the best way to talk to gamers in that tone, and I like to mention like your character sheet might not be there for someone else. And I mean, for those who don't know, that's a RPG reference if you're a ball and gun gamer. But
well, hear me out. I still think that regardless of RPG references, that you can still, even ball and gun gamers, they have some type of base that if you look behind the scenes, right? Obviously, your gun damage will do a certain amount of damage because but we can sunset.
Oh yeah, no, you can always adjust to fit it, and it's always like I don't know. I always find it a little fun to take the nods at ball and gun gamers. I'm a ball and gun gamer myself, so it's what makes it exciting. But I think when you're talking about people and how they look to the world, especially from a gamer perspective, what I know you mentioned earlier, you see this kind of a disconnect when it comes to it, and to talking when it comes to mental health. Was that always something that you were passionate about, like with your own life kind of thing, and just kind of moved on to spread that word from other people? Because I know like mental health is a weirdly accepted, but also kind of a taboo thing to talk about sometimes in gaming spaces.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we all have our own problems in life, right? And sometimes we do use video games as a way to escape and to help and actually understand and formulate things. And I'm one of those people. I've used video games to escape real life during the many times in my life, especially because it's stressful. There's a lot of work going on, or maybe just things just haven't gone my way. I just feel like I'm in a slump. And sometimes video games does that for you. It just allows you to be something or someone that you feel like can achieve those things. But I started to realize at some point that even though these games are used for escape, why not turn that into something more positive, uh,
Mhm.
where you can actually level up your own life? Because like without you can't play the games. You can't, live. You can't do all these things that you want to do if you don't try to first level up yourself first, taking care of your health first. Like I've been doing like things like biohacking as well, like trying to basically tweak certain things in my life to help me to get healthier. Like
Mm.
for instance, like drinking water every day with salt, so to help me hydrate better, stuff like
Okay.
that. So that's what I mean by biohacking. I've been doing it for a couple of years, like taking certain things to help with headaches or things like that. So just like that whole salt thing, sea salt and water is like one of the the
I've
best things.
never like, I guess I've never really looked into like biohacking, but like that's interesting. Like just a
Yeah,
little bit of sea salt into your water every day.
yeah, just a little bit of just basically it's like you could use like Celtic salt. Some people start with pink Himalayan, and then but I've graduated to like Baja Gold, which has like 90 trace minerals. I'm a bit of a nerd, sorry about the
No, I
science
love it.
talk.
I love
But
it.
basically, your body needs a specific amount of trace minerals in order to function properly, and
Mhm.
you kind of disperse all that because your sweat, because you pee, obviously, because anything your body requires water, you're gonna basically release it. So you need to replace those. Like whether it's like a little bit of water and salt. Like I usually do like every morning when I wake up, I do like a little bit like just a taste of like sea salt, and then like a half a glass of water, and then you just gradually do it per day. And I know like some people have a hard time with just drinking like 8 glasses of water, supposed 8 glasses of water a day, but I'm like, you don't have to do that. You just a little bit at a time. You don't have to like force yourself to drink 8 glasses of water a day, which is kind of crazy in my opinion. Like,
It is, and I think and tying that back over into gaming is kind of like trying to, you're trying to hit the home run right off the bat. And I
oh yeah,
think that's where also a lot of people fail. I know myself, when it came to very much the healthcare or health journey that I was on, I fell off it for a while, but I know like I need to get back on it. But a lot of it was, I started by going to the gym, obviously going to the gym, right?
yeah.
I would go to the gym.
Mhm.
I would make sure I went, I always went at night because I was working nights anyways, but
Yeah,
I would always make sure that I went, um, and at least got myself onto two different like different weight machines.
yeah.
That's all I needed. If I can get myself on two different weight machines, that's it. And then I eventually moved up to three. Eventually I started moving into the food pickup because I feel like like when it comes to health in general, I think the food part is even more difficult
Oh yeah.
than
Mhm.
the exercise, because I can exercise all day, but like at the end of the same time, like I'm sitting here being like, bro, I don't know what it is, but I'm really craving a fillet of fish. And
Fillet of fish. Maybe I want some McDonald's or something.
right,
Like or
and
some fast food kind of thing. Like I mean, it's you're only human, right? At the same time, you've been kind of like built into having that in your life, right? So
Mhm.
it's about again, same concept, living life like an RPG, one quest at a time. It's got to be one day, one rep at a time, one day at a time. All that stuff. So it's not. It's I think also a lot of people like beat themselves up over the fact that like, hey, I messed up one day. Like I made a video about this. Like, oh, I dropped the ball, but you had like a 60 hit combo and then you dropped the ball. Doesn't mean you didn't do damage, right? Doesn't mean you didn't like actually you put in the work. It's just one day. You're off. It's okay. You just keep going. That kind of thing.
I'm gonna be honest, like as a Tekken player, I feel this I feel
Oh
that
yeah,
so much. Because that's actually what was happening. I know like myself. I played really well against a friend of mine. Everything was going good. The next day it was like I couldn't play at all. I couldn't hit any kind of combos to save my life. Every person is blocking everything that I'm doing, and I'm like, maybe I'm just ass. Like maybe, like, but like I think and I think I always believe that fighting games do this very, very well before
oh yeah,
anything else. Fighting games teach you that that success is not linear.
Mm-hmm.
And you will plateau. You will come across those days where it is just like nothing is going right. And I like that you meant it too. Like, it's about that getting back on the horse and keep on moving and keep on playing. My question actually kind of comes in since, do you take life like an RPG? If you had to base yourself with the character like with stats, what were you think it is? Assuming we're using like D&D style, like this, strength, dexterity, what is it? Constitution or is it constitute?
Constitution, yeah, it'd be like strength, constitution,
intelligence,
wisdom. Dexterity, wisdom.
Yeah,
I guess it probably differs in different points of my life, honestly. But I guess right now I feel like my wisdom stat is pretty high, compared to like back in the day. Like back in the day, I was more of even though I was an introverted child, but I was very active. I should say I took martial arts. I used to like running a lot, so like I guess my like strength and dexterity was like up the charts for that or during that time. Nowadays, oh man, I've been down. Oh, I can't try to get back up.
Hey, I'm saying
my knees.
I'm in my 30s now, so it's like I'm almost to 35, and I'm sitting there like, damn. Like
I turned something. Something went wrong.
I'm like this shouldn't happen. I've always joked about it. Once you turn 30, you just wake up and you're like, bro, what the what's that up?
Mm-hmm. I felt like that was like at 25 for me. I was like, okay, I hit 25, and I was like, oh man, something's off. My back started hurting, and I'm like, okay, when I hit 30, I mean, I felt like it was the same almost as 25. Maybe it was different for everybody, but like definitely around that range between 25 and 30. You're just like, no, something's off now.
It makes me wonder, like sometimes when I see like the professional athletes, and I'm like, I can only imagine. I look like, obviously like the NFL's coming up, right? And so like I can only imagine after one of those games of Jim just laying there and like that whole plane ride back, they're just.
It's like, oh, I'm done. They're done.
It's just silent the entire ride back.
Yeah, I think there's like a statistic about the especially those extreme sports types of thing where they don't actually stay in that kind of profession for so long either. So even like boxers and stuff like that, they after maybe a certain age, you just have to stop and retire at that point.
I mean, it makes sense. You can only take so many like pings to the head before you.
For sure.
You're done.
Your knees are done. Your arms, everything's pretty much done.
Yeah, I mean, you could just end up like Conor McGregor, and
exactly.
But no, and I think when it comes to just like life too, it's always so fun and unexpected. Like I sat there one day and I was like, man, what if like life actually had to have like dice rolls? Like you actually had to throw dice rolls to see this is, and I'm like, man, I couldn't imagine going to my work and just hitting just a nat one, like
nat one. That kind of reminds me of a video I watched about this. I think you could probably find it on YouTube, but basically, this guy made a video about him just like D&D rolling all the situation and encounters he had. It's all written like in like they drawn out. Looks like a drawn out sketch of things. But yeah, if you find it, or if I find it, I'll probably just send it to you later. But it's hilarious. It's just like he's always rolling a nat one for every situation.
And that I think those are the funny situations in life where like I think to be honest, everyone rolls a nat one in life.
I think so.
Like I
would say so.
It is one of those where you mentioned like having just a bad day. You roll the nat one, you wake up and you're like, yeah, I was supposed to have a test today. Like something along those lines.
Yeah. And I feel like it's also like partially based off energy, right? Like life is all about energy. And I think daily there is specific energies that work well with you. That's why I think I mentioned prior to this was I was very into like numerology and astrology kind of thing.
Okay.
even back then. But yeah, besides the whole like rolling your encounters for the day, but I do feel like how you handle situations and how you deal with them also are based off the energy, like the exchange between people and the day itself. Like it just makes more sense that way than it just being like, oh, the reason why, the reason why I had a flat tire today was because I was unlucky. Because I rolled in that one. It could be other reasons, right? Like that kind of made up to it. Probably energetically, you and the day just didn't work well. It could be something like that.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time I drive my car, that's like in the back of my head. Like, what if I hit? Because I had a summer where I got a flat, came back, got it fixed, and a week later I got a flat on a different tire.
Oh,
and I remember just sitting there, and I'm like, my wife's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "God hates me."
no, I don't think that's the reasoning. But hey, I mean, the situation it could have been done differently.
It was hilarious because I was just like, it would be like exactly that next week. It was like on a Monday, and then the next Monday it hit, and I was like,
God damn it,
all right, you know what?
Fix this.
I guess I'll just get a whole set of new tires. Like I'll just, but I think when it comes down to living life similar to an RPG, and I think there's a lot of similarities to it. I mean, between learning how to balance tasks, how to, the proper encounters with people. Like the one thing we need better, and this is just, maybe this is a gripe for myself. I need better interactions with my NPCs when it comes to like I don't need dialogue trees, because God, life would be so nice with dialogue trees.
Oh yeah, if you had choices, maybe I'll choose that one today. See what happens.
I think I said one day, I was like, what if I could just see a person's dialogue tree?
Imagine that was the thing. Imagine that was a superpower.
That'd be awesome and scary, because I was like, what's the most horrific thing that you could have from a video game into a real life, right? And I was like, oh my God, a health bar.
Oh yeah, that would be scary. Health bar would be scary.
If I started seeing people with a health bar, I'd be so freaked out, because I'd be like, sir, you have your health bar is draining. I don't know.
It's like your health bar, and they'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
you're the only one who can see it. Imagine.
Yeah, there'd be no health bar. I think it'd be horrific. But it's just it was a fun question. Since I'll lead it into an RPG, because I also want to lead into kind of a couple other things too. For you then, what would be your RPG class? Like, what is your RPG class of choice? Like, new game starting off. What are you dropping?
To be fair, like in most RPGs, I'm usually like a range or a caster type. I don't know. Maybe like I'm a motherfucking wizard. I don't know. Or a sorcerer. Who knows? Well, it's just I like playing range types. Sometimes it's whether it's a ranger or it's some type of caster. Like it's usually what I am, and I think it kind of reflects on how I am in person, like in real life too. Like I think I'm a pretty smart and intelligent guy. I'm good with figuring things out, and then like. I'm very observant also, like that's why I feel for myself. So that's why I would say probably ranger or like some type of caster.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I know I put way too much stat points into charisma, and just not enough into everything else. But like,
might be a warlock. Who knows?
Right? Yeah, and like. No, I think it's always interesting, because like I was in a live and the person asked what kind of D&D class they would be like, and I was like, man, I would love to be a druid. I think druids are cool. Like
druids are pretty cool.
There's just something cool about the nature aspect and being a bear for no reason and just changing. But I think they're so interesting. I know I also want to touch on this a little bit too, because I want your insight on this. Because you got, like you mentioned earlier, that y'all were watching Demon Slayer, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming you watch more than just Demon Slayer.
Yes, I definitely watch more than Demon Slayer.
Cool. My question to you then is like, what's your breathing style?
My breathing style.
Yeah, what would be your breathing style? Like, I need to know. And the even bigger question is this: given the chance to become a demon, would you do it?
Honestly, I probably don't want to be a demon. To be fair, like, as I don't want to live forever. Honestly, I think I should live the life I have now. I know I just probably from the many times that I've gone through life. Uh, I've actually come to that question when I was younger, because like I always thought about like what's my purpose in life, like what am I supposed to do, like, and I've always felt at some point in my life I gone through depression and stuff like that, and that's probably the why those questions came up, and didn't really have like a very I would say loving family. We were Asian household, typical Asian household, I used to say. We don't really say things like "I love you." The norm is like, "Oh yeah," it's whatever. You
cool.
Don't have feelings. You don't have feelings. You're cool. So yeah, growing up, I in the Asian household, it's more like I'm trying to think about like what am I doing and like why does my family hate me kind of thing. Like I don't know. That's just the thoughts in my mind. That's what I thought. I thought everyone was out to get me at a certain point of age. I was a teenager, stuff. You have heightened senses when you growing up. So you gotta watch out for that when you have your kid grow up.
I know it. Oh my god, it's gonna be.
Oh yeah.
You guys just hate me. Oh my god.
I'm like, no,
not today.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those things that like I thought about a lot as a kid. Like, so what, and to the point where, and I'm not really religious or anything, but I've done certain things that are probably not that good, I should say, in terms of like, I guess self-harming. I would just leave it at that, basically.
Understandable.
But then I realized that after that moment where I didn't really like get harmed because I was very numb and cold during the time. I thought it was like kind of some type of like sign or something during that moment, like why I didn't go through whatever I did. And so from that point, I did a lot of like thinking and just trying to find myself, and that's just kind of where it came back. Like that's like stuff like, oh, why I'm trying to live this purpose in my life, and that why I feel like I don't want to live forever, but I know I have to find what I need to do in this life. Just one life does, it's given, kind of deal. So, and I think it's also important to pass that along, to the future, like, because that you want to leave your legacy somewhere out there, like whether it's through your kids or through other people, or just leaving that impact in the world on your own terms. And that's just how I see it. That's the only reason why I wouldn't want to be a demon.
No, that's fair. Like I'm glad that you have that kind of like thought and like the introspection about it. Like I'm sitting here being like, I just don't want 6 motherfucking eyes. But like,
that's probably true too. I mean, don't want to be like a bug,
right? Like I don't. It's gonna be really weird for the people at McDonald's if they see like a dude with 6 eyes just being like trying to order food. But like I get what you're saying about like finding your purpose, because I very much was the same way. Very finding my purpose. I've went through some very dark spaces. I've done like I was a pretty hateful person. I'm not a religious person either, and I was a pretty hateful person. And like it's funny. I was sitting there and I sing to my son, and like I was singing to him, and it was a song from Stained called "So Far Away," and the song it's really good. It's really just about like I'm assuming it was going through like drugs and stuff like that, but it really sits onto like kind of wherever, like that stance in life where you were in a spot, you might have been in a dark spot and stuff was not going right, you were not good, and it's the song really is just where you were able, after you pulled yourself out and you're looking back on where you were from that portion. And I'm sitting there and I'm singing to him, and like I start breaking down, like I start crying, because
Yeah.
like at one point in my life, like obviously I didn't want to be here anymore. At one point in my life, I was like, I'll be a lot happier when I'm gone, And now I'm
Yeah.
sitting here at 34, singing to this 3-week old little boy who needs my help on that, and it like I couldn't contain it, and I mean obviously you don't no clue what's going on, but it's just the fact of understanding that. And I think, you know,
Yeah.
it's it's a it's a it's that's where I think I really found my purpose. My wife like it was my wife, my son, it's where I found like this is what I want to do. This like I want to take care of him. I want to know that he's okay. I
Yeah.
agree. I think I don't want to live forever. When I finally pass the knowledge that I have off, and that's it. That being said, I still want to be like a water breather.
Yeah,
But
water breeder sounds nice. I mean, I have a I like water. Water affinity is nice, but like at some point in my life, I also did like wind. So,
wind
or
is
air,
cool. I mean, wind is. What's crazy is
Mhm.
I crack up at I crack up at the fact that like wind is one of those abilities that should be a lot cooler, but everybody I feel like who uses wind is always a little lame.
A little lame, or sometimes they're an a-hole.
Yeah, they don't make wind look amazing. Like, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, you can have things like fire. I know, like the last Airbender, you had someone like blue fire. Naruto has, the Amaterasu, the black flames, right? And
Yeah.
wind just is like I can maybe create tornadoes and all the other kind of stuff, but like it doesn't matter because if I create a big enough explosion, I just used your power.
Exactly. It sucks up all the air.
Like
Basically.
I don't think there's a whole lot of really cool wind-based user. I was trying to think of Naruto, but I was like, Naruto's not I don't care. And I don't know if you've seen Naruto or not. I mean,
Oh,
it's
I've seen no.
okay, but Naruto
Except
does
for
not feel like
Boruto.
yeah, okay, that's fair. Naruto does not feel like a wind. I know he has wind nature, but he's not a wind user. I'm sorry. Like the Rasen Shuriken is not wind to me. It's just chakra.
It's like energy, chakra energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Tamari is a wind user, but Naruto is not a wind user. Like in the traditional sense, like Sasuke,
Yeah.
fire and lightning. Yeah. Kakashi, fire, use lightning and shit. That's cool. Naruto just where's the wind part of the Rasen Shuriken? Is it the
Ball of
Shuriken?
energy, just moving
Ball
really
of energy.
fast.
It's not even the coolest one that he can do. Like he can make one out of fucking magma. I was like, he can make one that's a magnet. I was like, this dude can make so much shit. I'm like, man, I can pop off about how like Naruto is. I love Naruto, but like I love kind of
Oh yeah.
poking fun at Naruto a little bit.
Oh yeah. I think one of the user, like one of I think cool wind user was I forgot his name, but he was from My Hero Academia. He was in he was in like the opposite school. I forgot his name though, but
No,
he was pretty cool. I thought. Yeah.
the dude that I thought was definitely going to be a villain. And I was like, when I
Oh,
first saw, because he got the hat and the suit, and I'm thinking to
hat and
myself,
the
and I'm
suit,
like,
like
I don't like this guy. I don't know what it is. I don't like this guy. No, I think I know who you're talking about. My Hero's got a lot of really interesting. Well, they got some really interesting powers. And then there's that dude whose head is a Clorox bottle, and I was just like, I can't. Like, I
yeah.
can't. I'm
There's some interesting
yeah.
skills they got.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I was talking with someone about like which abilities are secretly OP, right? And I was like, bro, it's that one girl who can create mushrooms.
Yeah, she can definitely create mushrooms, but she would have to. be able to bring the spores, spread the spores around.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, and I'm like, anybody who gets close to her, if she was a villain, like, y'all would be dead. Like,
If she spread it enough, yeah.
yeah. Like, I was like, because like she made that one mushroom inside the dude's throat, and I was just like, oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
like that's it. Like, she is top tier. Like, Shigaraki ain't surviving that. All right. Like,
Well, the thing is, Shigaraki is a little bit different.
I mean, Shigaraki, maybe it's a little bit of exaggeration.
Over exaggerated body
right.
bending.
Shigaraki's pretty OP. I mean, who else gets hit with basically a like fucking laser blast and then just like flies off? And it's funny. One of my funny things I think about anime is the most passionate people in anime are power scalers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And they are the type of people, and correct me if you think I'm wrong on this, but I swear if they focused their talents, I would say, except on power scaling to something like engineering, we would have basically Coruscant from Star Wars. Like,
yeah, I think so. But they're not gonna do that. That's all the tropes, the anime trope. They gotta live with the anime tropes.
Oh yeah, no,
gotta have that meathead.
I gotta tell you, why Sukuna beats Gojo for like the 15th time.
Oh yeah. That's another one.
I was like, were you
invincible man?
Were you a Gojo fan the whole time?
No, I wasn't really like Gojo fan. I felt like he was the Kakashi of that series. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like the mentor, the teacher, and the one who seemed like he was like invincible. But then obviously things just changed. I didn't consider like my favorite character, but he was. I think because everyone was like, "Oh my god, he's so powerful! I love him," and blah blah blah. He's a funny guy, kind of like Kakashi is in a way. But,
yeah, I would agree. I think he's just cool. You know what I mean? Like,
he's cool,
I know there's a lot of depth to him, and I don't want to take that away from people like who are going to listen to this and be like, "You guys just don't understand Gojo." But like,
hey, I'm not saying I don't like Gojo. Gojo's pretty damn cool. Like,
who's your favorite character?
Actually, that's pretty hard considering. Like, I don't know. Like, out of all of that, I just kind of like was just watching through it for the most part. Like, I didn't really like baseline this is my favorite character throughout that series. I don't know why. It's not like Naruto. Like Naruto, I like Shikamaru because like he was very observant type, kind of thing. But like for that anime, I was still kind of like doing around with it. Maybe the guy who kept saying "my best friend," though.
Chodo.
Chodo, yeah. I think he's pretty. I don't know why. He's just like always trying to have the other guy improve.
I like that. It makes sense. Actually, Shikamaru. I love Shikamaru. Speaking of Naruto, so I love Shikamaru. But like people who are like Shikamaru in real life, when I was younger, used to like piss me off because they were the types that would just not do any work and then like not pay attention, go to like an exam and just ace it and then just walk out and you're just like come on, like. But I love Shikamaru. I agree. I think Shikamaru is incredibly observant. I mean, I don't know if you ever saw I think it was a filler episode, but it was an episode where Shikamaru starts talking about Naruto. And
there's probably I probably watched it, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. It really stuck with me because it was like, I think it was a filler one, but it was like Shikamaru, they get done playing with Naruto and, they pretty much leave out on their own. And it's Shikamaru talking to his dad about Naruto.
Oh, yes.
And he's asking why the people don't like him, why the people don't like Naruto. And he's like, well, what do you think? Like, what do you think about Naruto? Which is a great response from a father for a parent to tell a child, like, hey, don't worry about what the other people are thinking. Like, what do you think about this?
Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. And I think it was really cool, and it made me like sit there for a second, and I'm like, it's I love how much anime just, especially in certain aspects of life and how it can connect um how it can connect in terms of just learning from I'm a big I like the Persona 5 a lot. You go back to Persona 5. I don't know if you've ever played that one.
I've watched a lot of people play it.
Okay, yeah.
Unfortunately, I never had the time to really get into it, but yeah.
And I loved I played I played the hell out of it. But I love oh god, the guy's name is it's escaping me right now. But Sujiro,
Sujiro?
I think so. It was the owner of the shop. I'm trying to think of the owner of the coffee shop, the cafe that you're in, LeBlanc's.
Is this Sojiro?
Sojiro. I think it might be
Sojiro. I think so.
Yes. It's going to bother me right now. Like,
yeah, that's why I'm kind of looking at it. Sojiro. Yeah, the cafe okay, yeah. LeBlanc. That's correct.
And I love
that's the one.
I loved his whole, like, you know, it kind of comes off as he's tough, kind of uncaring at first, but he's not like that at all. He actually really does care a lot. And the reason why he takes, the main character in is because he was very much like him. Like he believes he was like him when he first started. And which always made me, for some reason, hint at the fact that I would have loved if he was a Persona user at one point. Like, I think it would have been really cool. I don't think it's true, but I think it would have been just really interesting. And I loved the fact of like how, like, seeing the depths of each one of these characters and stuff. And I love it. I love every aspect of it. And I find now that I've become a father and I can just walk around being like, boy, like the entire time. Like, if you're a gamer dad and you're not doing that to your son at least once, like, what are you doing? But like,
you gotta do something.
Yeah, I'm saying. But like, I think as I get older, I take a lot of the lessons that I learned from them. I take a lot of the lessons that I learned. I didn't think I would learn at the time from them. Like, one of my favorite characters is from Bleach, and it's oh my god, Shunsui, the captain commander. Yeah.
Yes.
And I loved his approach on things, and I loved his more laid back. Like, he's the type that would rather like talk it out and understand one another rather than go for, because let's be honest, like, if you want to go, fucking hands for hands with this guy, he will do it. Chad found that out the hard way. But I loved that the aspect of like, he's so different from the captain Yamamoto. He's so different from Yamamoto. He takes these different kind of approaches that Yamamoto would never. And I just love seeing that. I love seeing a guy who is more compassionate, more of a, he's definitely a gentler leader. And that is a lot of times that kind of empathy and type of self-awareness is what is needed in a leader. Like, I think a lot of people, especially a lot of young men, see leaders have to be the strong one. They have to be, the tough one. They have to be the strongest. They have to be, but that's not true. I always say a great leader is one that knows when it's time to follow. A great leader knows when, like, they know when to shut up. And I'm always wanting to see more men learn and understand that, because like the time for the big, strong, tough, whatever, I believe truly that's over. Like, if you want to be a true leader, you have to learn to be an empathetic one. You have to be one that can put yourself in others' shoes. You have to be able to understand the plights of others. Otherwise, you really don't get anywhere in life.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I think I've heard it was a quote that I heard a long time ago from somebody, but basically they're saying that learn to sit on the second seat. So, because most of the time you're always, even as a, whether if you're a leader, you're that A type, you're always going, and you're always sitting in that first seat. You're always in the front. But sometimes you got to learn to be the second person, just like you were saying, like sit in that second seat and to see the view from that point of view, letting the reins go, because like you need to not only show people what to do, but you also have to have faith that people will know what to do without you. So it's just that kind of thing. I just memorizing that. Remembering that, sorry, memorizing, remembering that from like back in the past that I heard. Like this is when I was like, I don't remember, like I was in my 20s. Like so really a successful gentleman just mentioned to me like, oh, you got to learn to sit in the second seat sometimes. Like you got to learn to just kick back and let the team go without you sometimes.
It's very true, and I think we're a lot of people when it comes to being, like I said, when it comes to being a leader, that feeling of always having to be in control, and it's just not the case. I mean, you can't control everything in life, and when you try to do that, you're going to end up making things worse. You typically will, because you can't, like when you. I think at some point you just have to recognize that everything you're doing is collaboration, and collaboration will always end up being competition. You'll always end up beating competition at the end.
Exactly.
Working together will always end up beating having to constantly one up each other, because one upping. I mean, I learned that especially in my teens and early 20s. It's exhausting.
Oh yeah.
It is exhausting. One of the things that was for me, it comes to fighting games, and it's like ranking up, and I want to rank up, and I want to get better. And then there's also parts of me that's just like, I realize like what I'm really straying away from is I want to rank up, but I'm not taking the time to learn. I'm not taking the time to sit back for a moment and understand why things are not going the way they are. Why things are, why things are not working right. And, I was really struggling with that. And because it's tough. I mean, it's a hard thing to learn to realize that like, hey, you might not know everything. Oh, yeah. Things are going good in life, but then something bad hits, and now you're kind of struggling with it. But,
yeah, I think it's like reminds me of one of the videos I made about, we're living in a scarcity mindset where, we treat life like it's a PvP. Because I think the video the concept was basically because like if you got a promotion or something like that, and you think like you're dragging people, like you feel guilty about getting a promotion because you feel like you're being above everybody else, but that's not really the case, because like if in a scarcity mindset, it's more like, oh, everything is a PvP dog eat dog world out there. But in reality, it's actually not. It's actually the whole collaboration that you were talked about. We live in a co-op world. We have to interact with other people. We raise people up by being, attaining that achievement or that status to help buff them, not to put them down in the PvP match, like what most people see it as. So as much as everyone keeps saying it's a dog eat dog world out there, no, it doesn't have to be that way.
No,
life is about people.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it doesn't have to be, and I think a lot of, that comes from, it comes from us in society and the way that our, capitalist system really tries to push for that as well. Because I do believe people really want community. Even ironically, some of the most like annoyingly angry people, they're looking for community. In a society that preaches that doesn't happen. Like you don't need that. You just need to get to the top no matter what. And I think once you start to step away from that, once you start to step away from the fact of feeling like you need to have to be the best, you have to be up on top, you start to realize how much energy you are wasting by being that way.
Yeah, exactly.
The constant need to be the best. And, I love competition. Like I do. That's why I said when I play games, I did sports for many years. I loved that I loved the competition. But at the end of the day, despite all my accolades, like the accolades that I got, which is a lot of last place, I'm going to be honest. But the accolades that I did have, like it wasn't even about them. Like I remember playing basketball a lot. I played basketball for like a traveling team, and we took 8th place a lot out of like 8 teams. Like our team was ass. But like the fact of playing with those people, the fact of playing with my friends, I actually had a chance to go on to the other team that we had, and I could have went with them and been way more successful. They were way better off, but I said no because I want to play with my friends. I want to play with these guys because the collaboration would easily outbeat whatever competition they had.
Exactly.
And I loved it despite the wins, the losses. I loved every single moment of it. And I think that's what people, when you start to work with community and building with community, with a community around you, and even through TikTok, like I've learned, I've built a small little community of people around, and it's so refreshing because especially in a world, like I said, that doesn't value it. We live in a society that, at least in my opinion, that doesn't value community. It doesn't want you to value community. That should make sense. That sounds a little better.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
But I think when you start to realize how much community affects you and affects everybody else around you, and you start developing that empathy for other people, like you truly do level up. You truly do become a better person.
Yeah, because again, iron sharpens iron. You gotta surround yourself with people in order to grow. You can't do it by yourself. Most people who say they're self-made or they did things by themselves, well, they had to get it from somewhere. They had to learn from some
lone wolf mentality.
I mean, you can only get so far solo, and that's why you build teams. That's why you make those friends out there. That's why when you game, you look for other people to game with. It's not like nowadays I can't even pick up a single player game as much as I'd love to. Anyway, like I'm more like, I'd rather play with my friends who's on 14 right now or whatever game we're playing, and then play a solo game by myself. Like even if I had the time, it's just one of those things. You're just like you get more experience and fulfillment with that than by yourself.
I agree, and I think some of my greatest gaming moments have always been when I'm with a team. Like I love single players, but even with single players, I go and I'm still talking to other people. But like it's always been with a team. We were playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1, and it was on the map Cracked, and we were down 74. It was like 74. I think it was like 74 or 7,400 or something like that, to like 6,800. Like we 75 was the score, 75 kills. And everyone hopped on mic, and it was the most. I've never been so in sync with a group of random people in my life over it. We're all covering each other's corners. Everybody's backing each other up. Like, hey, like make sure we can get this. If we hey, jump over here. Like, it's like I got like all right, like 2 people going into this room. Like it was insane, and we ended up pulling out the win. And it was like one of those moments, and I'm like, this sits with me. It sits with me forever. Like, and that was, like I said, that was Black Ops 1. That came out in 2010. It's been 16 years, and that one I still can sit there and remember it. Like some of the best moment I've had have always been in a group. It's always ended up being in a group with people.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure. I mean, yeah, there's always a lot of funny and chaotic moments, especially with the group of people. That's what I kind of want to live for. The chaotic moments nowadays. It's just like, oh shit, I fell off the cliff because I made this kind of deal. But
no,
yeah,
exactly. And like, I remember I was playing Overwatch, and I haven't played Overwatch in a long time. And I get back to playing Overwatch, and this person's like, "You fucking suck as a Orisa," and I was like, "Cool." I was like, my initial thought was like, "Okay, fuck you too," but then I was like, "No, you know what? Fuck it, you're right." I'm like, I'm switching out. What do we need?
hmm
And it's funny because that the lady who yelled at me, she paused. Like it was like a pure hesitation of like
just like,
expecting
did you just
the like,
ask me?
yeah, like what do we need? Um, okay, we need like well, we need a Zarya at the time, so I came in as Zarya, and I'm like sweet, and so I started playing as Zarya and stuff instead. And it was funny because like you could tell, Joe, that was not new. You know, you're used to saying like "fuck you," blah blah blah. No, like I'm not that type of person, and it throws a
Yeah,
lot of
used
people
to
off.
the toxicity.
It,
Yeah, the
toxicity
toxicity in the community. Yeah, yeah,
in the title, the toxicity is huge. The toxicity is, I get it a lot, and unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are still very immature in the thinking that they have with it. There are a lot of people out there who still think that toxicity is a good thing. Yep. There's a lot of people who
yeah,
think that you know, it's like, well, this is just part of gaming culture, and I'm like, no, it to me it just it just shows that you're kind of an immature person. Like,
yeah. I mean, I get it if you're you're like like one of those emotional teenagers that just don't know how to control themselves and they're just yelling at the mic. Oh my god! Kind of deal.
I hate that.
I
And I'm
hate
just
that.
like,
Oh my god! I
and you're just
lost.
sitting there like,
You just yeah.
they'll
Like,
grow out
okay,
of it. But it is weird
eventually.
seeing like 35, 40 plus year old men just be like, fuck, I fucking hate blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, like, like
I mean, I get it, but you know,
yeah, I get it. Yeah, no, I
I
get
get
it.
it, but you know, come,
Like, I
you
get it. You're
know,
terrible
enough a
at the
little bit.
game. Like, oh, hey, don't take my word for it. Like,
Yeah.
but I still try to give, to a certain extent, I still try to give some of them grace because at some point, you know, that was me also at some point where I was like, fuck, I hate
yeah.
this game. I'm fucking terrible. You know, it's like, nah, bro, just get back on and keep on moving.
I used to play a lot of League of Legends, so I get tilted really hard in that game. And my God, but at least I was tame enough not to like go all full out. But getting tilted is just more than just enough. It gets you like, oh, I'm not in the right mind right now. I gotta.
I feel that way.
Yeah.
I actually had
Yeah.
a mutual tell me that one of their friends went to For Honor.
Oh,
And,
yeah, I've seen those
and
gameplays.
and she beat this guy, and she was like, it was kind of petty, and she was like, I was kind of, it was not really a fair fight, and he was just like, this is why I tried to be chivalrous to women, and they just hurt me all the time.
Oh my
She's like, what the
God.
fuck?
There's some backstory going on here.
Like, bro, I
That's
was
a
like,
deep backstory.
I think you need some help, man. Like, I was just like,
I think you need to let's take a
yeah.
break and maybe go outside a little bit. You know, get some
He's
fresh
just like
air.
having a full on crash out, and I'm just like, you know,
God,
damn.
that's crazy.
But yeah, I cracked up when she told me that, because I was just like, it would be on For Honor. Like,
Of course,
there's some games where
it's
it's
very.
like,
It's another very tilting game. So yeah, for sure.
say I've heard the horror stories of the For Honor, like, and I'm sure if I went to like a Reddit page to go like For Honor horror stories, I'm sure
Oh yeah,
some.
you'll find plenty of those.
Oh my
You
god,
probably
yeah.
find them plenty online on YouTube too. Why not?
I listen to the D&D ones, and I just sit there and I'm like,
Wow.
like some of y'all need to stop playing. But,
oh man, the D&D stories.
But I appreciate you being here, man. I really do. Like, I appreciate the conversation.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. Like, you're super chill to talk to. Like I said, I love your content, man. I really, really do, and I love what you're doing. And like, for everybody else, where can they find you at?
Well, you could find me at Kryss Lok. I mean, my name's right there, KRYSSLOK. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I don't know if I'm gonna come back to streaming again, but since I kind of like sunset that last year, but hey, maybe it's a new year, new time. Already almost August. All right, this year's almost over. Actually, that's kind of funny. How time flies. But yeah, you can find me there. Also on Discord if you want to hit me up or anything, and we'll just gotta go from there. Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate it. For everybody else also here too, you can find me on Twitch, YouTube, because that's how you're watching this. You will catch me up on Spotify for another one of these clips as well. I'm trying to shove all my stuff on Spotify. You will catch the premieres of the podcast at 12 p.m. Central Time on Sundays. That might have to change because NFL starts, but I'm pretty sure if you're a football fan, you're not going to give a fuck about it anyways. But that's neither here nor there. But also, you can find me on Instagram. You can find clips and stuff that I will have for this podcast over on TikTok and on Facebook as well under the name That Damn Water Level over there. But as I always say, once again, I appreciate you being here one more time. I really, really do. And
appreciate you too, man.
I'm Taylor from Afrofish OG, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.
And that's going to do it for this episode of That Damn Water Level. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to follow, subscribe, and tell a friend who loves gaming as much as you do. You can find us on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube at Afrofish OG. And on Spotify, just search for That Damn Water Level podcast. Until next time, keep gaming, keep exploring, keep supporting your fellow players. And remember, it's game time. We'll see you next level.